Okay, guys, this is the Angryprepper. So today's episode, we're going to talk about the NYC food shortage that is already here. It is here in the sense that it's already affecting a population of people, if you will, that live here in New York City. And I like to say the poor or hungry. There's a term they use, food insecure people, right? So people that can't get any food. Now, I don't understand why there's so many hungry people here in New York City, being that there's a lot of programs like SNAP, which is a food assistance company, not a company, a food assistance program. So there's all these programs that I don't understand why there's so much hunger going on. But I experienced it. I didn't experience it personally, sorry, but someone came to me personally and needed money for food for their kids, and they were looking to go to a pantry. So they couldn't get to the pantry because the pantries were closed. I think it was like a Saturday, some shit. And the pantries in that area were closed and the soup kitchens were closed. So she had nowhere else to go. But we wind up helping her out anyway, and we squared that situation away. And when I mean we, I'm talking about the firehouse. So fast forward 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, whatever it is now, maybe a month, sorry. And now an article comes out today saying that there's a food crisis on the way. And if it's not on the way, it's already here. Nonetheless, it's a big issue if you live in New York City. So this is just a taste of what we're going through here in the city, which is eventually going to spread out nationwide. So the food crisis is hitting the poor pretty hard. It's something that they saw happen earlier this year with COVID, and it not decimated, but it just made it harder for people to be fed. So a lot of these food drive companies stepped in the overtime and got it done. But now they're a little worried because a lot of these companies who donate food gave a lot of their stuff earlier in the year. So they don't know if they're going to get second helpings, if you will. No pun intended. So that's a problem, guys. So now if you are seeing this problem, there's steps you're going to need to do. We're going to discuss that a little later to make sure you don't end up on the food lines. So when COVID first hit, a third of the city pantries and soup kitchens were closed down because of COVID. That was a third of them throughout the city, right? All 5 boroughs. What that did then was stress the other remaining food pantries and soup kitchens that were allowed to stay open. So that being said, the lines were out the ass. I mean, out the wazoo, guys. I walked by a bunch of them on my way to work, right? So I walked from here to work probably about twice a week now, 3 times a week, and I've seen nothing but long food lines, and I knew where the soup kitchens were and I know where the pantries are, and a lot of them up here pantries. Soup kitchens are further south of me, behind me. So a lot of the pantries, they just had long lines, guys. I mean, long lines I'm talking about now, a block and a half long to 2 blocks, 3 blocks long. So that's a lot of people online. The number of people who went without food has gone up to 38%, right? From, I think, April or the beginning of this year, sorry. So 38%, guys, that's a lot of people who are now hungry. Now, what's playing into that? People who lost their jobs, the city being shut down. So with the city being shut down, people losing their jobs, people have to now turn to food pantries and soup kitchens. The city did donate $25 million, I invested $25 million into keeping the remaining soup kitchens and pantries open. Again, there are way more people online now than there were, let's say, early this year. The newcomers, that's people's first time at soup kitchens and pantries, shot up 91%. 91, guys. That is a lot. So now, with that number shooting up so high, what that means is the food is becoming less, and that means people have way less of a means of getting food if they're shooting up that high. That means they're either running out of money, they couldn't get on the SNAP benefit, which is Support Nutrient Assistance Program, right? Supplement Nutritional Assistance Program, sorry. So another reason why the numbers shot up so high was the panic buying, right? So panic buying here in the city, I think people turn to a lot of those pantries to get extra food. So what I'm saying is people probably had food in their home, but maybe they didn't have enough. So they went out to the pantries to get more. Now, I feel some kind of way about that because I'm like, well, if you already have food, let those who have no food get. But the food drive and the food pantries and soup kitchens said they were able to cover that. But what's to stop it from being worse next time, and then people doing the same shit and taking food literally out of people's mouths who have nothing? So that's a bit of a problem. But nonetheless, the panic buying also played into it. So guys, here's the rub. It's getting bad here in New York City with the hunger, but because of all the bullshit and the protesting, we're not hearing about it, right? We're hearing about shit that's happening in other states that have nothing to do with us, and yet we have a real problem here in the city. People are going hungry. So the SNAP program I mentioned earlier is the Supplement Nutrition Assistant Program. Applications for that program went up 200%. Again, because people lost their jobs, right? City was shut down. A lot of people lost their jobs. So that was a problem. If the city shuts down again, even more people are going to lose their jobs. For the remaining jobs that are still around, a lot of those people are going to lose their jobs, and they're going to be applying for SNAP. They're going to be going to the soup kitchens and the pantries. They are going to stress those systems out. This is where the big problem begins, because now you're going to have people really going hungry. And I'm talking about legitimate hunger, guys. Not like, oh shit, I didn't want the food I want, so I'm not eating. No, they're not eating shit. So they're going to start doing the bad shit to start eating. Now, obviously, if the governor starts being a prick and he comes through, he can help. If the president comes through, he can help. Now, I have the feeling when it comes to starving, women and kids and even men, the president's going to step in and allocate money to New York City for that, but not for anything else. If the governor stops being a prick, he can also help as well and donate money towards the food assistance programs, and we won't have this issue. So here's the bigger issue at play. So now the city gets shut down again. All right, we're going to have less people at work. We're going to have more people on these lines. If the hammer drops next year, so the mayor's been talking about a financial crisis that the city's in, and he's going to have to lay a lot of people off, and programs are going to have to shut down. The hammer is supposedly going to drop next year, and that's when a real financial pain begins. And when that starts, these food programs, guys, are not going to be in existence, because they're going to have too many people on these lines. They're not going to have any way to invest in that if there's no money for the city, unless they get pure donations from outside of New York City. Celebrities, instead of fucking putting stupid stickers on your helmet, maybe you should be donating to cities like New York. I'm not saying New York City itself, but cities like New York who are probably going through the same food crisis right now. Maybe you should get up off your ass and stop talking about shit you can't really do anything about, but you could definitely reach into your fucking pockets and donate to these programs to keep them afloat a little longer until this stupid mayor is out of office and we can get a real mayor who can figure out what to do. So guys, listen, like I said, we got the second wave that's coming, and right now New York City is being shut down by zip codes. I'm going to do a video on that. We have shutdowns possibly causing more people to lose their jobs. We have the second wave, hitting, and then we have the financial crisis coming down. So now we have three things going on at once that's going to undoubtedly stress these systems. So there is going to be a real deal food issue here. It's already starting. They already talked about it. They were nervous when they went through it the first time, but now they're nervous even more because they don't know what they're going to do for this second round and how they're going to give these people their foods. So that is a problem. So this is what you guys who live in New York City or any city like New York that are going through the same shit, stop the video at this moment and go shopping. You're going to hear me say that 1,000 times, guys. Continue to shop. If you have the money, buy yourself freeze-dried foods. And this is not a plug-in. Just buy yourself freeze-dried foods from whatever your company is. All right. You got to continue to prep, guys. You got to continue to get the canned goods. You got to continue to go to the supermarkets and find those deals. You got to continue to look online for your favorite, canned goods, because they got organic canned goods that you can get from, I forgot what company, Emily's or some shit. Look at those and buy that. Buy as much as you can. Do not stop. If you live in New York City, find a fucking place to put those foods, right? Shovel it under your bed. If you have one of those stupid, not loft, if you have a loft bed, then you're in business. You can shovel all that shit under there. But if you got one of those like captain beds, fuck it. Build something that build like stilts so that you could shovel food under there as well. So what, your bed's a little high and you need a step ladder to get in? Who gives a shit? Put everything under there, right? Start making room, because I think this is going to get bad. And you can also just buy more shit so that you can give out to your neighbors, like the old lady downstairs from you, or the single mother with the kid, or the single father with the kid, that you can help these people out, as long as they're nice people. If they're assholes, fuck them, right? But if they're nice, help them out. And if they have kids, I'm pretty sure you're going to help them out anyway, because you're helping the kid out, not the parent. But nonetheless, I can see this getting a lot ugly. Now, I'm not saying it's going to get ugly, but we are on the verge of it getting insanely ugly, like Rosie O'Donnell ugly, right? So keep that in mind, guys, that this is getting bad, and we can't sit here and shovel on with everything's getting better now because protesting is stopping. All right, protesting and looting are quieting down here in New York. That doesn't mean the pain's not going to start, right? So again, the food crisis is already here, but now it's just a matter of how bad it gets from this point on. So that you don't end up on those food line, guys. You don't end up on the food line, so that you don't end up in the soup kitchen. Keep buying shit. If you got a job right now, go to the fucking supermarket and continue to shop. Again, like I said before, if you can afford it, Freeze Dried Foods. I'm going to put the link to 2 of the companies that I'm an affiliate with in the link below, in the description section below, guys. Take a look at it, all right? If you buy 1 box, buy 1 box. If you buy one number 10 can, buy 1 number 10 can. Keep prepping. It's just going to get bad. And again, the supermarkets in the area, I'm pretty sure they got sales left and right. Hit that shit up, right? I hate spam, but at this point, if I see spam on sale, I'm going to buy it, just because I might not eat that shit, but I'm pretty sure I can give it away to somebody who will. It's time to start taking care of other people. Hell, man, I even have some freeze-dried foods from these companies that if I have to, I'm going to give away. Because we have to start helping one another, at least the good people. I mean, I don't fucking know. I really don't. I just know that we need to start helping people, guys. Anyway, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. You can like, subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. All right, guys, thank you for watching.